PlayStation exclusives. Legit the main reason I got a PlayStation, and I have no regrets. With some great games such as Marvel Spider-Man, God of War, video soon, and Astro's Playroom. That game is perfect. Today though, I'm looking at a classic exclusive. Good old Ratchet and Clank. First game being released in 2002. My birth year. So of course, I skipped all the games and went straight to the newest one, Rift Apart. I know, I've missed a lot of cultural significance, but leave me alone. But today, it's about Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart's Platinum Trophy. With a total of 47 trophies, including the Platinum, and the trophy list being on the easier side in regards to both difficulty and length, it was a fun experience. Definitely one of the more funner games I've played, considering my trophy lists. But yeah, let's get into it. To start with, we get a cutscene introducing Rivet, who is our co-protagonist, basically a female Ratchet, and she's being hunted down in her dimension/planet by some big bad. She does give us a face reveal, and it does go better than certain other people's face reveal, but we won't talk about that. And we get a good transition to Ratchet, who we finally get to play as and really start the game. Doing this opening/tutorial, we learn the game mechanics and meet characters that I have never met before, because again, first Ratchet and Clank game. In regards to the story, everyone seems to be throwing us a party for, I assume, saving the universe. You know, normal Tuesday. Sadly, we do get interrupted by reptile people. And for all of you out there who say lizard people, how dare you assume? We find out that Nefarious is behind it all and is trying to steal our present. Before getting to that though, we do learn some crucial game mechanics such as magnetic boots, our grapple gun, and how to rail grind. Back to the present though, it turns out to be a dimensional portal gun, cause PS5s must still be sold out. Of course though, the gun breaks, and sends us through dimensional portals like a multiverse, and let's just say, the MCU did not do it better. We find ourselves in the same dimension as Rivet, and she just steals Clank. Like this ain't no finders keepers bitch. Now playing as Ratchet, we begin the open world aspect of the game, which was actually well done. Definitely better than what they did in Lego Batman 3.
Oh! Ew! What the fuck?
Video coming soon. That shit was ass. We also get a trophy after we get separated in the city, and I wonder if this is why they never come back when they get the milk. So while browsing through the menu of the game, I decided to change my appearance by equipping some armor for my head, torso and legs, and turns out that's a trophy. Then decided to explore the open world for a bit, and got a few trophies for some collectibles. These collectibles were a shiny gold bolt, and a spy bot. The FBI is really putting some work in this dimension. We also then find our first pocket dimension, which when completed gives us a trophy. And then during the pocket dimension, we jump on a balloon that gives us a trophy for jumping on all the characters' balloons. Yeah, I don't know, just it happens, okay? Trophies are good. And as a reward for finishing the rift, we get a piece of armor, which guess what? It's another trophy. I was having such a great time right now, and the hormones were just popping off in the best way possible. Then we find this little cute teddy bear. Guess what? It's a damn trophy as well. And yes, again, after all these, I was bricked up. So I stopped the recording session to cool off.
2,000 years later.
Back to the objective though. You're searching in the club for someone called the Phantom. Not a sketchy name at all, by the way, but when we find him, we do get ambushed and flee. Like a great man once said. It's a trap. During the following chase, the Phantom teaches us how to dash through energy walls. So in my books, he's okay. We get sent to a platform on a roof, and when we get there after some quick traversing, we find a big fucking unit who can dimension hop, which makes for a kinda nice mini boss fight. I do want to also shout out the combat in this game, cause it's just good. So game developers, good job. Getting back to it though, we beat the unit, find Nefarious, and slap the shit out of him with our wrench. steal a ship, and go looking for Clank. Ironically, we are now starting to playing as Rivet on a new planet full of bugs and dinosaurs called Grunthers. Important for later. This new planet also introduces us to dimensional anomalies, which we need to fix with Clank. They're just puzzles that get harder with each one we have to do. But for this first one, we do get a trophy. While looking for our hideout, we get a trophy for killing 2 enemies with 1 shot with the ricochet gun, and this is the first of many gun-related trophies throughout this game. We find the hideout and did things to further the plot, but we do get interrupted by a big-ass robotic centipede. I nicknamed him Gerald when I was playing. Again, a very nice boss fight. Nice transitions, slow-mos, and yeah, just good job, Insomniac. And of course, we do have to mention, we get a trophy for beating him. Moving on after that to obviously a new planet, we're now looking for a pirate. The only real memorable thing about this planet, and while searching for this pirate, is that it has a little gauntlet minigame, where you get rewards for completing certain challenges, usually boss related or racing a snail. But we completed one, got a trophy, and yeah. Anyway, some more plot details about the characters, learning about each other, and learning about Rivet's Nefarious. We get to our next destination, with a cool, reality-changing crystal, which of course has a trophy tied to it, and it's one of the only missables, so shit. Quick side break though, to do some side stuff, because I was getting bored of the story in a sense. We meet this chef person who needs to be in danger to create her food, and all I can say is, you're into what you're into in this reality, so good on them. Once done protecting her so she can collect her honey, which again, strange kink, but not judging, we get a trophy. Anyway, back onto the main story. We get a new objective by a chief engineer to collect something called phase quartz to fix the dimension gun, because it went boom. While going around the map and collecting these quartz, we managed to get our gun to a level 5, which is a trophy. Now, we kind of destroy the quartz, so we now have to head to someone called the Fixer to, well, fix it. And as you can probably assume or guess, we get a trophy for doing all that. Back to Ratchet now though, who is looking for an all-knowing lizard man. While looking for this lizard man, we really get to experience what Ratchet and Clank's open world aspect of this game is all about. And while traversing the area, we do some tricks on our boosters and get a trophy, and also find our 5th bolt, which is, again, is another trophy. We find the scholar, who is the lizard man, and he wants us to get some orbs for him. Lizard man is giving us damn chores. So this is actually Futurelicious, and I'm here to say that for some reason when making this script, I skipped the trophy that was for collecting 3 orbs, another trophy for finding the nefarious citizens by the hot springs, and after we get the fill your weapon wheel trophy, which we'll talk about soon, I also skipped the reach the archives trophy, so I had a stroke apparently. How rude. The next trophy pops when we're just kind of doing our objectives, and it's for filling up our weapon wheel. Not exactly exciting, but then we do get to do this huge, intense, multi-dimensional chase sequence, which was cool. Now, when we do eventually get what we're looking for, I kind of went in half-cocked and didn't realize that I'd have to deal with waves upon waves upon waves of enemy. And it was a hell of a grind, to the point that I had so many resources I could fully upgrade my weapon, giving me a trophy. Another planet time, and of course it's filled with bots and dimension shifting. But we do find Juice, and he is so cute, it kind of just makes you want to run and hide. While going through the facility, we kind of just wing it and start smashing buttons, which of course sets security off, and during the following brawl, we get a trophy for defeating these bots after they eject out of their big met suit. After that scuffle though, we find out that Juice is being used against his will to power the facility by Nefarious. So we rescue him, grab the dimension gun, and set off on our ways, while also getting a trophy. While setting off, we also hit the last Blizzard Crystal, giving us the trophy for reality shifting by hitting all of them on the map. Back to Rivet now though, she continues to look for the Fixer to fix the crystal that we destroyed before. While looking for him, we get stuck having to grind on all these rails around this planet, and while grinding we must have done 5 tricks, because we get a trophy for doing 5 tricks on rails. Anyway, while heading to meet the Fixer, we do have to deal with a robot pirate. We do in the end though make it to the Fixer. Turns out though, the Fixer is going through some stuff and he wants to kill us. But thanks to Clank and his quick thinking, we show the Fixer that he can still fix. Anyway, trophy for meeting him and all that, and also a trophy for getting kills with our tree gun, because I missed that and everything that just happened. Big moment time though, when both teams meet up, and you know, awkward but funny moments that do all go to shit as Nefarious catches us and puts us into the battle arena. It was quite a fun boss fight that I will completely skip over. Sorry. We do meet Emperor Nefarious during this fight, who is Rivet's Nefarious, and he is kind of a problem. But you know, quick discussion with him, he leaves, rada. We get a trophy for changing 3 songs on the jukebox though, so that's hype. And since I'm at the arena, I decide to do some grinding and get some of the other weapon trophies done while there, such as using our new ice gun by killing enemies as they're frozen. With that being the only trophy I do get though for my weapons, I head back to fighting pirates and help Bubbles. I assume that is a kraken-like creature because I played too many video games. But while helping Bubbles, we do meet a character that I assume is from the other games. I recognize him from the beginning and the balloons I jumped on. Shout out to that trophy back then. But yeah, I don't know who he is. I'm sure you will all type his name in the comments to let me know. Sorry, I have not played the other games. Leave me alone. Anyway, boss fight, character redemption, and maybe death fake out thing. But we do get a trophy for feeding Bubbles, and that's what matters. Back to Rivet, who is on Sargasso? Whatever. But it's where Nefarious is, the good one, and he is invading with a Vilgax ship wannabe. Not much happens during this section, besides flying on a dragon, so that was kind of cool. But that's it. And yeah, we sink Nefarious' ship. Even though it's flying, so does that still make it sinking? And we also get a trophy. And also some hints of what happened to Rivet's arm. I wonder what happened or whose fault it was. Anyway, guess what? Another planet to stop some more bad guys. Let's ignore all that and just focus on a trophy for deploying 50 fungus. What's that, you ask? Look at the screen. I don't know. Next trophy is again a weapon related one with 20 headshots needed using the headhunter weapon. The name is kind of ironic. Taking a break from the story and grabbing some collectibles while getting a golden ball, we complete the last glitch challenge. What is that, you ask? Do not worry. This trophy gave us the energy needed to jump straight back into the story to retrieve the dimensional map. Of course, the fairy steals the map from us, but we learn what did happen to Rivet's arm, and it is truly predictable. Yeah, it was Kit. Kit is basically a Terminator, which is kind of cool, but also, damn Kit, you've been holding out on us because there has been a lot of fighting since we first met you. Oh yeah, and a trophy too. The game sends us to save our friends who were all captured during the last scuffle. And even after saving them all, there were definitely some repercussions for Kit and Rivet to figure out. So at this point I was craving another trophy, so I had a look and found out that I need a max weapon out to get an ability for a trophy. So I jumped straight back into the pit to grind, and while doing that I got a trophy for completing a gold challenge cup in the pit. And at this point, I kind of realized that we were basically on the last level, so I decided to do a massive cleanup of the rest of the game. And here's the result. There was a side mission for collecting 10 Zerp stones, I think, for Trudy, another dinosaur.
I could go.
There was a trophy for turning on a TV at Rivet's hideout.
Now
And I just want to say that trophy is called Lomax and Chill. And I hope it does not mean the same as Netflix and Chill does for us.
Oh my god!
I then killed 5 Grunthors, which are big dinosaurs. Well, now big dead dinosaurs, but yeah. Then I just got to collecting, and I collected all the Rhinobots.
Rhino 8!
And teddy bears. And after all that, I only had a select few trophies left, most of which I couldn't do just yet, so I decided it was time for the big boys. And without going into too much detail, because again, you still should have a chance to play this and enjoy it for yourself, this end mission was a blast. The only downside was I got a bug that made me have to replay the mission all over again. But after that second attempt, I did get the trophy for basically finishing the game. Now, I will stop all the praising here, because this second to last trophy was ass. So this trophy is basically, you have to get a weapon and upgrade it to a certain amount to then make it have a shield that can catch bullets that are fired at you, and then you fire them back to the enemies. But not only is that more difficult than it sounds, at this point in the game, I did not have this weapon high enough leveled, so I had to grind painfully and slowly to get the level maxed up to that point, and then proceed to kill, I think, the 10 enemies it needed to kill. And again, it was very difficult. It is very hard to aim the thing, to shoot back, it needs a cooldown, so eventually if you have too many shots hit you, it does break, and the enemies continually move after shooting their bullets. So yeah, it was not fun. That trophy alone took me 20 minutes just to get it. But after I did get it, all I had to do was start a new playthrough, buy 2 free weapons as soon as I get to a buy station, so basically it's replaying the tutorial. And after that, the platinum popped. Overall, Ratchet and Clank Ripped Apart was a great time. And for someone who's never played a Ratchet and Clank game like myself, I definitely would recommend this to people. And the platinum is pretty good, besides those 2 trophies basically near the end. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, leave a like, and if you have any game recommendations, comment, and make sure you subscribe to see any future games coming up. There are big ones planned, but it will depend on the schedule, because obviously new games coming out, and I have some old footage saved up of previous platinums, so yeah, hope you enjoy.